We're going to break down all the things that embody the essence of a woman. Hey loves, I'm Maraya J, and this is Womanly Essence. Welcome to my space. I create content about womanhood, internal work, and becoming the best version of you. If you're a woman on her journey of becoming and you want to hear and see more of that kind of content, go ahead and join the tribe by hitting the like and subscribe button. This first season, my goal is to establish the meaning of the essence of women and shine a light on all the abilities that we have. I want to explore topics that matter to us, promote growth through shared experiences, and help push you all through your own individual journeys. So thank you for being here, and let's get started. This season is self-titled by the name of our space, Womanly Essence. And the title of this episode is The Essence. We're going to break down all the things that embody the essence of a woman. Something I've always wanted to convey to women is what it means to be the prize. So lately I've seen a lot of talk on social media about both parties in a relationship being the prize, or that men are more the prize because there's a scarcity of available men, especially specifically in the Black community. I want to acknowledge that I think that if two good and healthy people are in a relationship, both of those people to me will be considered a prize. But I want to break down the reason why I believe all of this talk about women being the prize in the relationship became a thing in the first place. So in the Christian faith, specifically my faith, there is an infamous scripture that speaks about women being a treasure or a prize. To give context, the scripture actually says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and a treasure and obtains favor from the Lord." So what is favor? What does that even mean? Here's a few definitions that I found from it. So favor means a friendly regard shown toward another, especially by a superior, preferential treatment, to afford advantages to for success, and a special privilege or right granted to or conceded by. So if someone is finding a wife and they're making a woman their wife and they receive favor, that shows a great deal of value from whatever they are attaching to themselves. In this case, it would be a woman. Anything to me that carries that kind of power and value is worth a lot. And that is exactly what I want to get women back to understanding, the value that you carry. If someone attaching you to themselves brings them favor and so many other great things and blessings into their life, you are of a great value. And to me, this is where the idea of women being the prize even began. I also want to note that you are a special gift and a treasure in the earth, whether you are in the position of being a wife or not, whether that is something that you will go into at some point, or if it's not for you at all. Regardless, you being you walking this earth, you are a treasure and a gift. Knowing this, there is a certain way that a woman handles and carries herself. There's a certain way that she goes about walking the earth. I would like to call this woman a woman of value. So I want to go over some of these values that I believe a woman of value holds. So starting with one, she has morals and standards and boundaries in every area of her life. So she does just not aimlessly go through life doing things however. She has a standard for what she would do, how she would do it, where she would go, and many other things. Two, she has goals, accomplishments, and hobbies and she has her own life. So to make that make sense, what I mean by having her own life, she isn't engulfed in the identity of her friendships or family. She isn't engulfed in the identity of being married or in a relationship. She isn't engulfed in the identity of her work, but she has her own life, just who she is, things she loves and enjoys, which a lot of those things are her hobbies, her goals, and her accomplishments, things that she wants to do, things that she wants to get to, things that she just loves doing on a regular basis. Three, she pours into herself mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. She just pours into herself in every way. She takes time for herself. She makes sure that she is giving herself everything that she needs. And if it's something that she cannot give herself, she's seeking it out. 4, she respects herself and has a true community of people around her that she respects and cherishes as well. So obviously, self-respect is a great basis for carrying value, knowing your worth, understanding who you are. You having respect for yourself is like a direct reflection of that. And not even just that, but having a community around you that you respect and respects you as well. They hold you to your standard and you hold them to a standard. And you can go to them when it comes to many different things in life and trust that these are true, loyal, and honest people around you. 5, she uses wisdom and knowledge to move through life and make decisions. That's pretty self-explanatory. She uses the knowledge that she has, she uses and pulls on wisdom so that she can make the right decision. And obviously, being human, you're not going to make the perfect decision every time. You're not going to make the right decision every time. You're going to make mistakes. That's what we do. But a woman of value is going to, even in her mistakes, look for a better way of coming out of that decision that she might have made that was wrong. She's going to look to heal and grow from that mistake. And that is what I would say is utilizing wisdom. 6, she honors her faith. So she takes her faith serious. If she has a belief in God, like I said, me personally, I'm of the Christian faith, but whatever you believe, you take your faith seriously. And 7, she exemplifies qualities such as compassion, integrity, accountability, resilience, confidence, generosity, and loyalty, just to name a few. So there are obviously many more different values that she holds, but these are just a few that gives you an insight of the essence that this kind of woman embodies. So I want to deep dive into more of her values and things that she holds true to herself. So, woman of value is a term that I coined, and I worded it that way because I don't want it to sound the same as high value woman, high value man. I feel like that term gave a slightly negative connotation to, I think, what was trying to be said and portrayed. A lot of that sounds like all of these external things that you attach to yourself that put you up in a higher rank. And that is not what I'm talking about when I say woman of value. A woman of value understands that she has morals, standards, and values that is the foundation and baseline to who she is. It's more in depth of the person that you are, understanding who you are, understanding the value you bring, not just externally, not just tangibly, but when you go into a room, if you have nothing else with you, who you are is enough to carry you through whatever situation you have to face, whatever you need to do, wherever you are, whoever you're around. Your value will be able to carry you through that. And so I want to make those terms very clear that they are distinctively different. They're nothing the same, nothing alike. So going back into a woman of value, I really want to just talk about what she embodies, what she stands for. And when I say her, this is a woman that you build. This is a woman that you identify yourself to be, not some figurative woman, but this is who you build. You create this woman of value in your life by how you choose to identify your value, by how you choose to identify the things about you, the attributes, the characteristics that make you you. I want to now talk about the essence of the beauty that women carry. So first we're kind of talking about the internal, the standards, the morals, and all those different things. Now I kind of want to talk about the external beauty that this woman carries. And once again, this woman is who you create her to be, how you build her. But I want to talk about the external beauty. So in terms of looks and beauties, I first want to note that this goes beyond the physical appearance. A lot of how you do things externally speaks to what's going on internally. And this may sound cliche, but true beauty really does start within. A lot of people don't want to believe that, but it does. When you are looking to elevate yourself, when you're looking to advance and really grow, mature, and become this different version of yourself, you should never start externally. You shouldn't start with, let me go buy, let me go do. Always start with the things that are going to transform you from the inside outward. So, it's grown and nurtured and curated by the internal work that's been built and invested in. Who you are radiates an inner beauty that comes from confidence, grace, and the way that you carry yourself. So I want to make a quick side note. When someone says the way you carry yourself, They're speaking about the way that you show up. They're speaking about the way that you walk, talk, move, speak, how you handle conversation, how you present yourself to the world, how you present yourself to people, how you present yourself to rooms. That is what they mean by the way you carry yourself. So let's work on the inner beauty and the foundation of your looks, your beauty, your confidence, and your aura. Let's build this woman up. So I want to talk about, like I said, building this woman and identifying the aspects of her essence, her aura. All of these things are going to be internal or external things, but they affect how you look. They affect how people see you. They affect the appearance of you. First and foremost, the number one thing that I believe makes you a greater deal attractive, a greater deal to attract people to you or to look the part is confidence. I think this is very, very underestimated when it comes to, like I said, beauty. Everyone goes for what you're wearing, how you are dolling yourself up, your makeup, your hair, and all those things are important. Don't get me wrong. But confidence is something that you wear that you don't put on. It's just in you or it's not. You either have it or you don't. And a lot of people should work on their confidence because it will reflect and make your actual beauty 10 times that. So just to kind of go off a few notes, I created some notes for y'all that I really want to go over so that I'm not like trickling and just going and going and going. But I believe that confidence is the most attractive trait a woman can have. And I think most people feel the same way. It radiates off you like a light. Confidence has nothing to do with the external validation and ways that you have, but more to do with knowing your worth and value and having a great deal of assurance in yourself. If I were to break down what confidence means, I would definitely say it's knowing who you are, having assurance in yourself, regardless of what anybody else says, what anybody else thinks. This is about you and you. This is about how you see you, how you feel about you. That is what confidence is. There are elements that can boost your confidence, like beautiful hair, nice skin, nice features, nice clothing, those different things that can boost your confidence. But having confidence is just assurance in who you are without anything else. If you add nothing else to yourself, if you put on nothing else, being confident is just in who you are. True confidence is about understanding and having an agreement with you and yourself that you are worthy, valuable because of who you are. Second on the list is authenticity. Now, I will always say that you never have to follow a certain kind of trend or beauty standard, but you just have to always show up as yourself and be true to you. That is what authenticity is, being you. For example, some people may really like Starbucks. Some people may like just drinking tea. Some people may like reading books. Some people may like to go to workout classes. Some people might like skating, just different things. Everybody has different interests that makes them different, that makes them special. That is what it means to be authentic. I see a lot of people on social media now where everybody is following a certain look or aesthetic. And it's like consistent across the board. You see people going to Starbucks, Pilates, and wearing like zip up jackets. Now everybody feels that they have to do the same thing. If that's not you and that's not something that you really like, are you really being authentic and true to you, or are you doing something to look and appear as if you look the part? Being authentic is about accepting yourself regardless of what anybody else may think. I accept me. I am sure of me and I'm comfortable in the things that I enjoy and how I present myself to the world. Okay. So kindness and compassion. These are two more aspects of this kind of woman. So basically how you interact with and treat others. We all know what it means to be kind, what it means to be compassionate. And to be very clear, there's a huge difference between being nice and being kind. Kindness is true and honest from the heart. Anybody can be nice. Anybody can be, how do I say this? Anybody could just be courteous or nice. If you see somebody and they say hello, you may, hi, hello. No thought about it, nothing deep. But kindness is an act that you do that is honest and true to the heart. It really speaks to the depth of you. And not that it has to be this deep, intense act, but it does really speak to the depth of who you are. If you are a caring person and you go out of your way to do something, that's an act of kindness. And you want to be selective with that kindness and not go to just spread and give it to everyone. But it is important that you carry this value as a woman of value, true kindness and compassion. So just to kind of go a little bit into it, I believe that kindness shines a different kind of light on you and it makes you stand out, especially because in this day and time, there are so many people who are just very cold. They have a great deal of distrust. They have a great deal of, only loyalty and truth to themselves and themselves alone. And people are always really, really side eyeing everyone around them, everyone that they come in contact with. But someone who can show true kindness and compassion, that is like an attractor. And you open up yourself to allow people to be in what I would say your orbit. They are attracted to that and they want to draw closer to you because they feel this level of warmth that is rare, that you don't see and find every day. Another aspect that I want to throw in is self-care. So this one is really, really big for me. I speak very heavily on self-care and understanding what self-care is. And I'm not just talking about pampering yourself and doing fun, cute activities, but I'm talking about self-care like that internal work, taking care of who you are. Because for a lot of people, I believe that they know how to care for others, but they don't take time to care for themselves. And that could be whether you are, whether you just don't know how to take care of yourself, if you really never learned what self-care was. It could be because you feel like your value lies in doing out external things for others. Whether it may be you saw people, work their fingers and nails to the bone doing so much for others and not expecting anything, but not knowing how to reciprocate that and turn it back to themselves and step away and take care of their self mentally, take care of their emotional health, take care of their physical health, take care of them if they're, in a bad space, knowing how to pull back and work through that bad space instead of just going through life. So self-care to the depth of you, but also the cute things, the pampering, the fun stuff. That's just as important. Another thing that I want to point out, and I really want everyone to pay attention to these two specifically, mainly the second one, intelligence and wisdom. I believe that wisdom specifically has become a lost value. A lot of people don't really value wisdom. Everybody kind of wants to just do things however and feel their way through life instead of thinking about the decisions that you make, thinking about the choices that you make. And I'm not saying it all to overthink and overcalculate every single step that you make, because there are just some things in life you're just going to have to learn and grow through and flow through. Some things you are just going to have to make a step to fall so that you can know how to get up and be wiser. But I don't think it's wise to just feel your way through everything, because feelings are valid, but feelings can also be false, and they are not the measure for how you should lead your life. And so use your wisdom as something that is, it's rare to find, it's rare to see in people, and value yourself enough to want to think about the decisions that you make, to think about what's best for you, to think about how you should act, how you should be, where you should go, what you should do, who you should encounter, and not just feel your way through it. As well as your intelligence, being smart, being, that's not something that should go away. A lot of people just kind of feel like, just do whatever. And a lot of people also downplay education. A lot of people downplay, learning hobbies that are going to strengthen your mind and strengthen what you know. Don't sleep on those things. That is still important. That is still something that is of great value today. One more that I want to mention is elegance. Now, first, I want to say that I know that when we hear the word elegance, we think of the external things. We think of tea parties, we think of bows, we think of dresses, we think of sitting up straight and all those kind of things. Well, elegance is much more than that. That is just an idea of what people have created to be elegance in terms of a look. But true elegance goes back to it goes back to the way you carry yourself. When you're talking about someone being elegant, that speaks to fully how they move, how they operate, and how they carry themselves as a person, especially in different settings. So, as I said, how do you move? How do you speak? The way that you dress, that reflects your poise, your grace, and your taste. Even the refining of your style. A lot of women I heard talk about being in their, especially the women that are like in their 20s, going into their 30s. A lot of them are talking about being in their grown woman era. And a lot of that has to do with changing your style, changing what you wear, not wearing all the trendy things that you see on social media, but thinking more about, okay, how do I want to present myself and look so that I look like I'm grown? I look like I'm an actual woman. All of that speaks to your taste, and you want to refine that in the most elegant way, because that should be how you want to present yourself. And as I said, elegance isn't like about being this haughty, stuck up way, but it's being strategic about how you present and carry yourself to people, into the world. So all these things tie into the essence of beauty that women carry, that ties into that external and that is derived from the internal. So these are the values that I believe embody the true essence and character of a woman of value. This speaks directly to your character, your value, your worth, and what makes you such a treasure and prize. But this, I would say, just as a woman, not a woman for a man, not a woman for her family, not a woman to carry someone's name, not a woman for a company, but just you as a woman. This speaks to you. And this is things that you want to build up and work on and start to change. I also want to make a note that I gave so many different examples. I gave so many ideas, explanations, and visuals of the woman that I want all of us to build. I want all of us to build up the woman that we want to be and become, the woman that we are, the woman that we're going to be. But a lot of these examples, I know that we can find ourselves in some of them, and then some of them I know that we lack. And I really want to make it a point to say that is completely okay. If there are some things that you lack, that's fine, because a true woman of value is always a student. She's always open and willing to learn. She can be held accountable, and she has people that she can hold accountable, because there's a constant space of growing, evolving, and elevating and changing. This is a never ending process. So to not have some of these things are completely fine. And I also want to make a note to say that wherever you are in life, no matter where you come from, no matter what you've been through, no matter what your background is, no matter what your situation and circumstance is now, this is work for everyone to do. You just pick up where you are and you go and you figure it out. Some of us have more work to do than others, and some of us have less, but this is all a part of your journey. This is all a part of your journey of becoming a greater woman, a better woman. This is all a part of learning how to be a woman in the first place. Because there is a transition that happens at a point in your life and your womanhood. You learn how to actually transition into that. You learn how to really mature and elevate. So wherever you are, start where you are and be okay and comfortable in lacking some things, because that just speaks to you are human and you have growing to do. This is also why I created Womanly Essence, to start a conversation and create a space for women to build and transform. I want to make this as safe as possible for you to feel like you can come, ask questions, you can learn, you can advise, you can get what you know, you can share, and you can continue to pour into yourself and elevate you by soaking up all this knowledge and wisdom. So I really hope that you enjoyed our time together. I had an amazing time creating this and writing this and putting this together. I had so many notes and things that I wanted to say, and I hope they hit you in a special way. So I want you to take from this video the points that we went over, which is to remember that you are a prize and you have value. The value that you carry brings so much light. It brings so much favor to those around you and those who are touched by your life, those who are in your life. And that's why it's so important to do the work to become the woman that you see in your vision. That's why it's so important to build this woman. Figure out what she likes, figure out who she is, figure out the core and the depth of her just as a woman. None of the things that you add to your life, but just who you are. Figure her out so that you can be an asset to yourself and those around you. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch, listen, learn, and grow with me. Don't forget to subscribe and like and leave some comments so I can interact with you and I can know what you think, what stuck out to you the most, what we can talk about more, and even some things you would like to share. So a quick toast before we go. I want to raise our glasses and send a cheers to the woman that we are, the woman that we are becoming. May she be loved. May she be blessed, know her worth, and continue to glow. Cheers, and see you on the next video. Bye.